Yo, what is good, YouTube? We are back with another banger video. This is the first video of July. I miss y'all boys, man. I really do. I miss y'all boys. I was supposed to record a video for y'all yesterday. I forgot. I didn't forget. I was hella busy yesterday. I'm gonna show y'all yesterday's trade though. Before we get into that though, last week, what happened? Last week, I'm not gonna say overwhelming or overstimulated, but had a lot going on, so I decided to take the week off. That's the first week I've ever taken off from recording my recaps. Obviously, I was still trading last week, so I'll actually show y'all P&L, or not P&L. I'll show y'all last week's trades. But yeah, just keeping it in house. Didn't really post, and I didn't post anything obviously, but I wish I could close this out for y'all so that y'all don't have to. I bet. So I don't want to show other people's stuff in here. So yeah, this is starting from last week. We tried to take this short, or we did take this short. I'm guessing 1 minute IFEG, targeting some sort of lows, and I got stopped out, I'm guessing. Okay, so we're coming out of a 15. Then why did I take shorts down? Oh, I think this was a data high. This was a sweep. Yeah, this was an Asia high sweep, and I think we were in a higher time frame gap. So I was looking to take shorts. I think I got break even. Yeah, I did get break even. Yep. Okay, I took a loss. I'm lying to y'all boys. I'm lying. Okay, I took a loss. I don't know why unless this is a 15-minute bearish gap, but it doesn't look like it. Anyways, Monday was a loss. This was Tuesday's trade, 15-minute gap tap. I think this was I think this was like a little Judas. It looks like a Judas. We obviously have this sweep. This looks like a gap of some sort, and obviously we have our 1 minute gap that we're taking our shorts off of, down to sell side liquidity and Asia lows. Pretty simple trade. 30-second IFEG front run. Super easy, super clean. July 8th I didn't trade. Wanted shorts, didn't get shorts. July 9th I took 2 bids. We have this bid right here, 4-hour gap, inverse on the 30-second to unfilled 5-minute gap. Pretty textbook. Right here we have our second bid. 1 hour gap tap. This was probably a Judas. I think this was at the open. Judas swept out LR. Unfilled 4-hour, and then I wanted this third. I had to go, so I don't remember what I was saying before I paused the clip, but I was trying to take this third trade after the Asia sweep. It hit. I wasn't able to take it though. And then what was July 10? July 10 was Friday. Okay, I took a big loss on Friday. I wanted shorts at this time. Wasn't able to watch the trade, so I just ended up closing out early. It looks messier than it is. It did end up running, and then trade 2 took shorts. Took shorts here, break even. Try to take shorts again. It did hit my draw, but if y'all traded Friday, y'all know that Friday was on BS. So we did take a loss on Friday. Coming into Monday, I took this loss right here. Wanted longs, I'm guessing. Daily bull grab created a nice bull leg, and my DOL was a 4-hour unmitigated, tagged into a 1 hour and 30-minute. Like the trade just seemed to fail, so no continuation. And then this was today's trade. One is shorts, and I'll write it out for y'all, and then we'll talk about today's trade. But what's today's date? The 14th. One bid. Let me just put one loss. One loss. Trade 1. What was it? For a gap tap. Trash PA. This is literally how I do my write-ups. Yep. Let's get into it. So let's just start from the top, man. I miss doing TAs and recaps for y'all boys. So this is the daily bull gap that we ended up inversing on Monday, right? We ended up inversing it and closing bearish. Obviously we have our new week opening gap, and we're on the 4 hour, so we have this 4 hour gap right here, right? We have this 4 hour gap. We inversed the daily bullish gap, so we were bearish yesterday. We left these lows in, we marked them out, our session lows, London, right? And then we see that we're starting to create a nice bullish reaction, right? So coming into this morning, I'm bullish. Let's start from 7:30 though. Obviously we did have CPI this morning. I forgot what it was called. We had CPI, and CPI created a 250 point bullish candle, right? And we created that bullish candle into this 4 hour unmitigated. Now just because we hit that doesn't mean that I'm now gonna look for shorts, right? But I do think that this bearish 4 hour is going to have some influence on today's play, right? So we create a data high, or we create a data candle into a unmitigated 4 hour gap, right? And let's just start at the open. And coming into the open, we obviously had our data high, we took it out, and so we have a few draws left. We have our data low, we have London low, we have a unmitigated 1 hour bullish gap, right? So I'm looking for, if we're short, if we're bearish, we just stepped into a 4 hour. I want to see my highest priority DOL get hit, which is our data low, potentially a session sweep low, or a session low get tagged as well. And if I'm bullish, I want to see a gap get created and then potentially trade up out of it, right? So coming into market open this morning, we initially ended up manipulating lower, and right here off the open, because this is the 8:30 candle. No, I missed it. So at this 8:30 candle, obviously we see that we have a 1 minute gap right here. At this time, we're coming out of a 4 hour. Once again, we chopped around for an hour straight. Right here. We sweep out these highs before market open, and we start instantly displacing through a 1 minute bearish gap. Now once again, my draw is this data low right here. So I took this short right here thinking that it was gonna run, and as we can see, I got break even once we took out this low right here. I thought this was gonna run. I was targeting this all day, and we just failed to deliver, right? There was no follow through essentially. My fault, y'all. Anyways, we got break even on this trade right here. At this time, I think we did create this 15-minute gap. As we could see, we did create this 15. So I was kind of what's it called? Not confused, but speculative on whether this 15 would hold and we'd continue to go higher, potentially take out these internal highs within the 4 hour, or if we would hit our data low draws. And as we can see right here, we ended up creating another bullish gap while also putting in a SMT, right? And so when I saw this, I just really like this reaction. I'm gonna get rid of this for y'all, by the way. Let me just go ahead and delete all of this so it looks cleaner. So right here we see that we create this 1 minute gap, and even though we do look like we're bullish, you know, we created this nice data candle, overnight extension. Wow, this is accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Wow. Anyways, we look bullish. We're in a 15. I know that our draw is right here, And if we were to go higher, you're now trading into high resistance liquidity. We're obviously going to be trading into a 4-hour, which is the most dominant PDO rate on the chart right now. Not many highs above. You would need to probably fill the whole 4-hour, and I just didn't think that we'd get that all in one session. So I was really hyper focused on trying to get this data low to be hit, right? So once again, we create a 1 minute gap right here, and I take entry once we inverse it. But you see right here, we start to just chop around, and we just chop and we chop and we chop and we chop, and we chopped around. And I think I took a loss. I did take a loss. I took a loss. I think my stop was a little bit lower by accident, but I did take a loss. We did end up hitting the data low. I was potentially targeting these London lows. We took out this sell side right here, but yeah, pretty clean. Not clean day. It wasn't a clean day, but the draws was clean. I just got to get sharper. I'm currently on a 3-day losing streak. 1 trade away from blowing my accounts. So I just need to get back locked in. I'm still reading the market the same, not too worried. I think July has been a drop off in price action, I should say, or I would say. So, just got to get back to what I'm doing and, trying to stay in process at all times. But yeah, that's my trade for today. I hope your boys caught a dub. If not, keep grinding. Same message, same motivation. Same mantra, stay in process, stay disciplined, stay loving God, man. One of us.